We are live on YouTube now.
Hey.
Uh-oh. It says your encoder is sending data faster than real time. You must rate limit your live video upload to approximately. How does that happen? We're just too fast for
Too
them.
fast.
Hey, if you are just joining us on YouTube, we've been talking for a few minutes, but we
Just about
I
watermelon.
couldn't get YouTube figured out, but I just got to figure it out. So if you're with us on YouTube, check it out. We are we've got the first question up. The question is, what do you put on your watermelon? What do you put on your watermelon? That's a big question.
Ooh, Judy's on
Judy
at work.
Judy, aren't you supposed to be working, Judy?
See, this is why Judy's the best.
Yes, she is. Let's see. Ellie says a few things. Watermelon with tagine. See, it's a spicy chili powder.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff's,
Yeah.
if you haven't tried it, it's legit.
Yeah,
You've had it.
I've had it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a fruit cup.
Yeah. Or watermelon with chamoy, either sweet or sour.
Myra puts watermelon on her watermelon.
She puts more watermelon on her
That's
watermelon.
what's up.
Jose says my teeth. That works too. Yeah. That's it. You just go straight in.
Just dig right in.
There you go. Marty's on
Judy
YouTube
Tishing.
now. We've got Marty on. Fafa Fisher. Fossa Fisher says, I put my mouth on watermelon.
That's it.
Marty said, sometimes I put salt on my watermelon, which is... Marty, which baby was it? One of our kids, when she was pregnant, she ate watermelon by the truckloads. Like, would just... Every day we'd get a watermelon, she'd chop it up into little chunks, throw it into a Tupperware, and put it in the fridge. I think it was when she was pregnant with Yara, but I could be wrong. We've had too many kids for me to remember these things. Judy says tagine. Is that how you say it? Or tagine?
I don't know.
I'm just going to go with tagine.
Somebody help us out.
Help me out. Is it a Spanish word that I'm pronouncing incorrectly? Because that's quite possible. that is absolutely something that could happen. But yeah. So what do you put on your watermelon? Yeah, Yara. She said that's who she was pregnant with. She said I ate so much watermelon for real, like so much watermelon, like that every night was
so
just
hydrating. And
yeah, she loved it. So we had watermelon. I kind of got sick of watermelon after a while. Not that I got any of it.
Well, you should have mixed it up, a little red, a little yellow. I mean,
yeah. If you're just getting here, Rob's talking about yellow watermelon.
I didn't realize
Like,
that
how
was
is
such
this-
a weird thing.
I don't understand. How do I?
Oh, but also, like, in the meantime,
Fossa Fisher says tahine.
Tahine.
Probably not. It's probably not.
There's
my Persian Farsi came out a little bit. Tahine. Tahine.
There you go.
Well, but Jose says it's Qheen is how he spelled it. So, tahine.
Tahine.
I don't know. In Farsi, it would be like tahine. Ooh, okay. Ellie says vodka. She puts vodka on her watermelon. Somebody's having a party. Do you like soak the watermelon in it, or do you
just like cut a hole in the top and
just
like
pour it in there and use it as a cup, or do you you get a big syringe and like infuse it? I don't know. Like this, I've got so many questions. But yeah, what do you put on your watermelon? We know this. It's summertime, kind of, right? It is summertime. It's just an interesting summer, but that doesn't mean we can't eat watermelon. Della says lime and tahine. Y'all gotta stop putting out. I can't pronounce it.
the first time it got put up, I purposely didn't read the comment because I'm gonna let Chad roll with this one.
Della says it's a sprinkle on the fruit department. Yum. Yeah. You gotta hock a little something when you say it. That's what Jose said. Tahine. That's what I'm trying to do. Marty said yellow watermelon is delicious. Remember a few years ago there was a black watermelon.
Oh, black.
And it was for sale for like hundreds of dollars.
Oh man.
What?
I don't know.
What? How have I missed this? I did not know there was so many interesting things about watermelon.
Ellie says you just put a hole and put the bottle in there.
She said, "You guys know, you make a little hole and sink the bottleneck in it." Armando, I love the watermelon agua fresca. Yep, and I add some wine to it. All right, red wine, I guess, or is it? Do you add like a what? Do you add red wine to it? Probably not.
See, Ellie says tajin.
Maybe like a Moscato, some like sweet white wine or something. I don't know. Yeah, Della said I said it correctly. Yes. Yeah, there you go. Watermelon.
But which time did you say it correctly?
I have no. Oh, he said red wine. Armando said throw some red wine in with. I love watermelon agua fresca is probably my second favorite. My first favorite strawberry, but I could have some watermelon agua fresca. How do you say watermelon in Spanish? Is it like just melon?
I don't know. Somebody
help me out. Is it agua melon? Melon de agua?
I'm gonna guess no.
Yeah, probably not. Hey, Jose, help me out, man. How do we say watermelon in Spanish?
Because I think a lot of fruit names are just totally different.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like strawberries is what? Like fresas.
Fresas, yeah.
Like that's totally.
Let's get off this topic.
But lemon is just limon.
Limon. It's so confusing.
But so is lime, right? Lime is also limon. Lemon and lime are both the same word, right?
Sandia. What? Watermelon is sandia? Oh, man.
Some sandia sangria?
Yeah. Yeah, Ellie said go the Spaniard way, sangria and watermelon.
Agua de sandia.
Agua de sandia.
Melon.
Melon.
Just
I'm going with melon. That's great. Ellie, you guys are in Indiana? Oh, she's just saying it is 5:23 in Indiana already. She's like, throw some sangria and watermelon in. Lime is limon. Oh, lime is limon. Lemon is lima.
Oh, thank you, Myra.
Yeah, we should do like Spanish lessons for Chad and Rob.
This is it. We're getting it right now.
If Jackson was here, my 8-year-old, he'd be correcting me. Like he speaks way more Spanish than I do. But
I used to have
melon is cantaloupe, is what Jose said. Ellie, yep, sandia plus sangria. Fun times.
Maybe it's time to move on from
melon. You're going to get something different. Daisy says, "Oh man," and I don't like cantaloupe. So, is that controversial? Cantaloupe or honeydew?
Yeah.
He said, "Okay, I'll behave." Sunday school answers from now on. No, you're good. You're good as the Arsenal. You answer how you answer. Let's go.
Your answers are your answers.
Hey, I'm with you.
It's more important
as long as
nothing stays.
Hey, as long as you bring the watermelon to my house, we're good to go. Haven't y'all ever played Loteria? Mexican bingo? I don't think is that Mexican. I don't think that's Mexican. I feel like we're getting set up here. Oh, Jose, if this is, we got to figure out a way to combine the comments because we got people on YouTube and people on Facebook and they're not getting to see everybody's comments. I got to figure that out.
I think, yeah, you know what we need is just like comments that are like scrolling from.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
No. It'd be cool, right? If we had all the comments like right here.
We could probably make something happen. All right. Scott said honeydew is the best.
It is, man. A good sweet honeydew is just amazing, man. I agree, Scott.
I don't know that I've ever had a good sweet honeydew.
Oh man, you're missing out.
All right, let's see. What's our next question? Is our next question controversial too?
We can make it controversial.
Jose said a comment ticker. I'm gonna make that work. There's a way. I know how to do it in OBS. I just haven't figured out how to do it in Wirecast yet. So I'll figure it out. If not,
Scott says it's combined in the app.
Which app?
In the Arsenal app?
Is it? No. Is that a thing? Is this?
If that's how it's happening.
I don't think it's on the Arsenal app, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
Scott, what do you mean it's combined in the app?
Like, are you talking the Facebook comments and the YouTube? You're getting Facebook and YouTube comments in one place?
Comment pick. As they said, comment ticker / Pinewood Derby time ticker. Oh yeah, we gotta get.
He's not letting go of the Pinewood Derby. Like this,
all right,
this has to happen.
All right, we're gonna keep going. The next question here is this one. Oh wait, Ellie said, "Uh-oh, to-do list. I will make sure to record and trim that part of the video. Honeydews are the best, Pastor Rob." She's probably like, she's gonna record the part that's like, "Hey, you gotta fix this." Armando said, "Did you know that studies show that watermelon lowers the risk of a heart attack?" I did not know that. It's probably why Maudie ate so much watermelon when she was pregnant, and we had 2 young boys run around the house and a husband named Chad. So me eat watermelon and take care of this heart.
I should probably eat some. My cholesterol's out of control.
Is it? That's not good. I need you around, bro.
No, the last time I went to the doctor for it, he was like, he gave me a prescription. He's like, take these pills, and I never did, and I never went back.
Oh, great.
So, you know.
All right, here we go.
I'll just eat some watermelon.
We've got oh, I got to get back over to, there we go. Our next question. Another, it's maybe not a summer question because you could do this at any time, but my best one was in the summer. So like, I don't know when yours was, but here's question number 2 is this. What's the best prank you've ever played on someone? The best prank you've ever played on someone. Are you guys pranksters? Do you like to prank people? Do you like to get pranked? I don't know. What do you think? All right. Do you have a good prank?
I have a pretty good one. Let's see. I was like college age, and
a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
So long ago.
But I was maybe a little after college age. I was hanging out with Josh Boren.
Okay.
And the Pett brothers, Jonathan and Chris Pett.
Oh yeah,
you know them?
Yeah, okay. I remember Chris.
Okay,
is Jonathan younger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jonathan, Chris Pett, and Josh Boren, and Josh had one of those Explorer sport tracks that had like the short bed in the back
with the little. It's like a truck.
Yeah,
it's like a wannabe
it's like
truck.
half Explorer. With like, so you have all the seating of the Explorer, but instead of like the enclosed back, you have a little truck bed.
It's like a tadpole.
Yeah. So we went to the ice skating rink up on 1604 and 1604 and 281.
Jose said college age, and I was in the dorm with Moses.
Come on. Oh, this guy.
Anyway, go ahead. You're something in 1604.
Okay, so we went up to the ice skating rink, and now when
Northwood.
Yeah, whatever. The one up at 281.
The only ice skating rink in San
Antonio. The only ice skating rink. But when the Zamboni goes and like cleans the ice, like it basically shaves the top layer off, and then they dump all the ice outside, and so it's basically this huge pile of snow. So we went and we filled up the back of that sport track with snow. Like, I mean, we filled it. We just like shoveled it in. It was totally full.
You guys were planning this. Like it was planned. You're going, okay.
And then, so we drove to some friend's house. It was Whitney and Tiffany Dugas.
Okay.
And we covered the front lawn with snow and built a snowman. And it was like 2 a.m. And then we like banged on the door. We videoed the whole thing. And like, Tiffany was not home, but Whitney was, and she walked outside, and like it took a second, and she just looked around and she goes, "Oh!" She's like, "This is."
She was all excited. Is that a prank or?
I thought it was. It's
she
kind
was
of yeah. I mean, it was a really nice prank. I guess it was like the kindest prank, but we just thought it was fun and funny.
That's pretty cool. Just show, especially in San Antonio, like where did snow come from?
Yeah. And then it was a big thing. Like for a lot, everybody was trying to figure out who did it. And finally we fessed up. And we showed them the video and all that. So it was a good time.
Hey, so here's what I've done. It should be, let's see.
I've been praying for you, Jose. You were on my prayer list week 1, bud.
All right. I threw the, we haven't done this in a while.
Ellie says she pleads the 5th.
Oh, come on, Ellie. I threw the phone number up. Let's see if it'll, where's my phone? Oh, it's right here. So the phone number is up. If you've got a good prank story, call us 210-201-5335. If you have a good prank story, call that number. I'm going to turn it off a ticker so that it's not like scrolling across.
Oh yeah, much better in white.
There we go. All right, so the phone number is at the top. Call the chat 210-201-5335. If you have a good prank story that you want to tell, because I think it's going to be hard to do it in the comments.
Yeah.
So if
you've got a longer story, then yeah.
Throw it on there 210-201-5335.
Daisy says Judy's easy to scare, so she's always
she does
playing
it
pranks.
daily. Oh, Judy, poor Judy. Now that I know though, we got a pranker. Gina's kind of the same way. So poor Gina, when she's up here, I'll prank her, especially like when she's like in the back. There's been times where she's like in the back, like storage closet. She's like cleaning stuff out, and I'll just walk in and go, Gina, and she throws stuff at me and all kinds of stuff. But she's fun to scare.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't tell people, but you're pretty easy to scare too.
That's true. Monty said, "Are pranks a guy thing? They've never been a thing for me or any of my girlfriends. Why not? You're missing out.
You're missing out.
Missing out." Monty does not like to be pranked. I learned that real quickly in our marriage. She gets violent. So yeah, if I scare Monty, she's swinging something at my head. So we aren't going to do that. Like we'll just not do that anymore. My best one was college. Maybe it's a college guy thing. I don't know. I was in college. It was actually this summer. Like, I think this summer, hey, I can't remember if I may not have gone to college yet. Maybe in the summer, like after my senior year, or the summer between my freshman and sophomore year. I don't remember, but I was working at a youth camp up in Kerrville, the Assemblies of God youth camp, and I was a rec. I was on rec staff. So like rec staff was like the group of guys. Group of people, I guess it wasn't just guys, but group of people that ran all the games. So all the games during camp, all the activities, we were the ones that kind of managed everything and kept score and did all that stuff. So there was a boys dean, the guy that like managed the boys dorms. That was just kind of mean. He was a youth pastor, but he was just mean. And so he kept like being a punk to the rec staff. So one night, they would lock the doors to the dorms, and they're like long hallways. And in the middle, there was like one hallway between the guys' side and the girls' side. And for some reason, he slept in the middle of that hallway. He pulled a bed in there.
You gotta keep the boys and girls separate.
Yeah, so I guess he stayed there so that nobody could cross over, right? So he was sleeping in there, and and there was a door that went into his door from one side and a door from the other side that went into his like little sleeping area. But those two doors locked from the opposite side of where he was sleeping. So like they locked from the outside door of the door. So we had somebody like put a rock in front of the main dorm door, the boys' dorm, so that we could get in. The only other way he could get out was these double doors. So it was like hallways, double doors, a door here, door here. So the double doors, we went down and we like tied rope around it so he couldn't push them out, so they wouldn't open. Went around the back through like the chapel area, and one of us went in one door with a camera that shot night vision. This was back when like, you know, the camcorder has like green night vision.
Yeah.
Shot night vision so we could get it on camera. And then we took a bucket of freezing cold water and we opened the door. He's sleeping in his sleeping bag and we just tossed it. And you hear it hit the wall because he was like sleeping next to the wall. You hear it in the video. We got back and watched the video. You hear it hit the wall. It's like, and then it splashes on him. And he's like, ah! And then we slammed the doors and locked him. So he's stuck. He's soaking wet, middle of the night. He's locked in. And we ran down back to the rock house, what they call it, like the little room that we were all sleeping in. Ran back down there, and he eventually found out it was us, which got us in trouble. But we got him back at the end because at the end of camp, we always made, this is how old we were. Actually, they were DVDs, so not VHS. But we made DVDs of the camp with like clips, right, from during the week and all that stuff. And so the last night we would work on editing all these videos, double them onto DVDs. Well, we did it, and at the end there was like credits, right? Like, thanks to these speakers, thanks to these people, all this stuff. And it ran, and then all of a sudden the video came on of the prank. I wish I could find that DVD, but the video of the prank was at the very end of the DVD that went out to all the campers.
Nice.
So yeah, it was fun times.
That's a good one.
I would prank, honestly, more often, but you're right. I can't handle getting pranked as much anymore. I freak out. So I can't prank as much anymore. I don't know.
Linda had a pretty good one here.
What'd she say?
She said, we found him and threw it in the sea from the ferry between Denmark and Germany. Someone in Denmark found it, and shortly after there were reports in a local newspaper in Finland, and everyone wondered how the bottle could have traveled so far.
That's awesome.
Armando says his family tells him to grow up when he pranks them.
They get mad pretty easy until we grow up. Yep.
Hair tie on the sink hand sprayer. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun one,
That's
though.
a good one.
Yeah.
It's always a good one.
Yeah, that's fun. Marty said, I will break fingers, toes, kick you right in the, if you're pranking me. She will too. It does not, I can't, like, no pranking. She doesn't like to be tickled. If I try to tickle her, she's breaking a finger. But it's all right because I get scared. So I'm not a big, I can't prank people because if I prank people, they have the right to prank me back, and that's dangerous.
We had another one that with our kids. We one Easter, they or no, I guess it must have been April 1st. But it was close to Easter. It was April 1st. So it's April 1st. I remember we had all these plastic Easter eggs left over. Well, they kept doing stuff like putting a cricket inside the egg, and then, they kept trying to prank, and do all these things. So for dinner, and this helps at the time, we had bought some like baby chicks. And so they were kind of like in between that time of like baby chick and
they're like actual baby chicks.
Yeah. So they were like, like for real, like little,
baby chickens.
Yeah. Chickens. They were chickens, but they were still small. So we bought some Cornish game hens and like cooked them for dinner, and then like covered it with like a big like thing and put little flags with the chickens' names.
Oh, like, no.
So these are my older stepkids now. Isaiah looked at it and he was like, and Victoria, she's now 20. Mm-hmm. She's 20. Shoot. Dang, I forgot my younger son's age today too.
You did. How old is he? You're getting old, bro.
Yeah. So
you and Moses.
She looks at it and she goes, and she was like, she must have been like 4 or 5 at the time. I think 5 years old. She goes like this. She looks at it and she goes,
she's like, whoop, get after it.
And then they figured it out real quick. It was pretty cruel. There was that like split second of like,
no.
What? Yeah. So
Deb on YouTube said, in college, one of the girls in the dorm had a private room. She left for a week, and the rest of us got security and moved all of her furniture in the basement storage and then filled the room with balloons. So she was running around all over like, y'all, have you seen my stuff? That's pretty messed up. How did she have a private room? What's up with that? Wait, there's another one on here. Jose said he's got an ongoing prank of putting a rubber band around the sprayer attachment on the kitchen sink and pointing it where it soaks the next person who turns on the sink. I'm sure Myra loves that.
My 2-year-old, our kitchen is it's not an island, but like it like goes straight into the living room, right? So if you're like doing the dishes, you're looking into the living room.
Yeah.
My 2-year-old will push his toy over against like the counter and climb up on it and like, and he's so fast, he'll like grab the sprayer and spray you. Like if you're doing the dishes, he'll be like,
That's awesome.
He's a prankster already, man. This kid.
Jenny said when I was a sub, someone put a black spider sticker on the side of the toilet. It startled me more than once.
Well, at least you were already on the toilet.
You're there.
Yeah.
Vanessa, what's up? She said, my daughter has been planning to prank her Tia. We haven't done it yet, but hopefully your Tia's not watching this, but we haven't done it yet, but she wants to duct tape a Barbie doll to the backup camera to her car so it'll scare her when she puts her car in reverse.
Yes.
Yeah, Jade's 5 years old.
Way to go, Jade.
Love it, Jade. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Pranks are fun. See, Marty? They're fun.
It's all good fun.
We're getting poor latency latency from something's up with our YouTube streaming today.
YouTube's not liking us.
Yeah, it's not happening very well. But it's all right. We'll continue. What time is it? It's 4:43. We got a couple questions, a couple more. Let's see.
Nobody wanted to call in and tell us
nobody had a prank
huh?
story you wanted to call in and tell us. Do you see the phone number on the top there? Maybe somebody tried to call. All right, let's see. Let's go to the next question.
Let's do it. Are we getting more serious now? Is this
This one's a little more serious. It's not, I mean, how do you segue from this? Like, pranking, so if you were pranked as a child, maybe you had some like things that you have to work through now as an adult, right? I know for me, like I can't be pranked very much. I don't do well with pranks. And so, but a lot of that has to do with like going to Iraq and people trying to blow me up. And so I'm a little careful in pranks and stuff like that these days. But
nice segue. You just really
like
yeah, you got that. We took it down.
Oh no. I didn't mean to do that. Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
My kids are on the screen now.
Those are Chad's kids. If
it's my boys, all but the youngin. I was trying to close stuff to help with the latency issues, but I don't think this one's.
Well, when you first hopped on, didn't it say it's too fast?
Yeah, it says it was too fast.
Is it too fast or too slow, YouTube?
Yeah, come on, YouTube. What are we doing? All right, let's throw another question. I don't know what's going on. YouTube's just not liking it, but we'll continue. All right, third question here. This is for those of you that have been pranked too much, and now as adults, maybe you need to journal a little bit. This is kind of a personal question for me because I'm trying to figure this out. So the question is, do you journal? And if so, do you have like any tips for someone trying to start? A buddy of mine, Leonardo, he's the guy that's on YouTube, good friend of ours. He did a video the other day about his journaling practices that I was listening to this morning. I was like, oh man, that's good. And I'm trying to, I was going to bring my journal in here, but I forgot. So this is one of the problems.
Is it in the office?
It is. It's all right.
Do you want me to go grab it?
It's okay. So I'm trying to learn how to journal, and part of it is not just journaling, but learning how to like plan and just be more efficient with my time and more efficient with my work, and and just like setting some goals and getting stuff done. So I'm working on it, but I want to know, do you journal? And if so, do you have any tips, or is there like a specific journal or like goal planner thing that you use that you're enjoying, that you give me some tips? I need to figure this out. Do you journal?
No.
You've never journaled?
No, the closest I've come to journaling would be I read a book by a friend of mine named Joel Malm, and it's called Vision Map, and it's a vision map. But he has a cool way of doing it, especially for a Christian, because a lot of times with vision map or vision boards, it really puts it like all on you. But this is a way to be productive while still, like walking in faith. And so though it's a good book. I think it's something that, oops, that was noisy. It's a book that can really help somebody who, like you have faith in God, but you're also trying to accomplish a goal. Like, hey, you want to write a book or whatever your goal is, start a business, whatever it may be. He has a real cool way of like walking you through that. So, but it wasn't really a journal. It was more, it involved some journaling type practices occasionally, but a little different.
That's kind of how the one that I'm trying to figure out and work through. It's similar to that. It's called the Best Self Journal. But you do that. You have a goal, and it's like a 13-week process. So the journal is for 13 weeks, and you set a results goal, like what you want to do, and then you break that down into like the task that you think you need to do in order to meet your goal, and then you break that down into like daily task. Like, what do I need to do today in order to meet that goal? So it's not as much like sitting and like journaling, I guess, your thoughts as it is like
setting goals
and being, like I said, more efficient with your time and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do that. I have two right now. I have that one, the Best Self Journal, that I've been like studying and trying to learn how to use it, because that's the other bad thing about me is I'll get something and I'm like, now I need to watch YouTube videos to figure out how to use this thing. Because doing like planning stuff is just not my nature. Yeah. And so learning how to do it is part of my process. Yeah. So I've been studying that. And then I have another journal that I think I'm going to start like actually journaling in, writing in. I've got some friends that are like really, really like Mike Gonzalez, that do journals, everything all the time. And he and I have very similar minds. Like we're ADD and kind of like busy constantly. Yeah. So I need to learn. I feel like it centers him really well. So I really want to learn how to do it.
I think it's something very similar. When I feel overwhelmed and I have like a lot of different things that have to happen, just putting them down on paper helps me a ton. Yeah. Right. And it's because I can see because what'll happen is I'll think through all the things I have to do, and I'll get to the end of the list and it'll just start over. And I'm constantly feeling like I have so much to do, when really it's a lot, but it's not as much as it's making me feel. So putting it down on paper really brings it into focus. And I think journaling does a very similar thing with feelings and goals and all that, where you see it on paper and you're like, oh, like it brings it into focus and it doesn't seem so hazy.
Monty said it sounds like a lot of work to journal.
Well, Daisy said she does from time to time. She has one that will ask, how are you feeling? What are 3 things that you're grateful for? 3 things you're proud of? 3 goals. What will you achieve in this lifetime? And I think that's cool.
That's kind of how the Best Self Journal, like it's very similar prompts, to that. Yeah. Like every morning. So you have your results goal, which is like your 13-week results, like what you want to do. And then the tasks that get you there. And then daily, so you go to it like daily, it's got like a hourly calendar where you can like block your time off, and you wake up, like it's got morning gratitude. So it's three things that you're grateful for in the morning. And then when you end the day, it's the 3 things that you're grateful for. And then like something that you can improve on, like something that maybe didn't go well or you didn't do or whatever. And so it's got that. So very similar to what Daisy's talking about. Myra said, I journal when God speaks to me or I'm going through life-changing events. It started after one of the yearly women's conferences. The key is reading it, because you get to see how God has answered your prayers throughout time. Yeah. I had important Bible verses and songs. God seems to talk to me through both to get me through things. Yeah, I think that's one of the hard things for me too. Like I've got a ton of notebooks that I'll write stuff in, but I never go back to them. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know how. So I kind of have one in Evernote that it's like my personal notebook that I can just like type thoughts in. But just like everything else, I'm so scatterbrained that.
Brittany's here.
Brittany's here.
We're talking about journals. And
She said, I logged on a little late because I'm just waking up. So I think I missed a question or two. Just waking up, Brittany. Come on. It's like 5 p.m. Like, what are you doing? What's going on? So Chad pranks me all the time, but I can't think of any grand pranks I've done right now. As for journaling, I feel like that's how she says. As for journaling. I've filled like 20 of them. That was just like last month. My journals are filled with sermons, prayers, dreams, hopes, and experiences, especially to process traumatic things at work or in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I know I want to do this like best self journal to set some results and like be intentional. I don't know that I'm ready to like just start writing feelings down in a journal. Like,
You're like,
how do you do that? How do you even do that? And what if somebody finds it? Brittany like leaves her journal everywhere. Like, how many times have we found her journal at church?
I've seen it just sitting around.
I can't leave my journal just sitting around. I don't know what people are gonna think.
No. But the other thing that talking about, writing down like what God is speaking or whatever. One time I had this big board and it had just like probably like 20 things that I was praying for. And like it was crazy because maybe 2 months later I looked back and it was just like check, 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 check. Like it was just, I was like, oh God, like
yeah,
God does stuff.
God does stuff? Yeah. I didn't even know you prayed, Rob. That's awesome. We should have a prayer board here.
Maybe we should.
Maybe
We're
we'll
a
put
church.
And we'll put a prayer board up. We can do that. We'll do that right now. Do you have any prayer requests that we should be praying for?
We'll put them on our
prayer board. Those are always fun.
So Linda says she journals from time to time. I've noticed writing helps me process things.
Did I miss that one?
For work, I use OneNote.
Oh, there it is.
Because of the post-lockdown stress, I don't have time right now, even if it would be really good right now.
Yeah, you don't have time because you're working so much. You're doing like, is it just things are so kind of overwhelming that you can't sit down and take? And that's kind of why I've taken this step back and I'm like, all right, I need to figure something out because like I need to know what I'm doing.
Just a little more focus.
Yeah,
dude, you might try Joel's book Vision Map. It's good because really what it does is it takes your goal and it combines like, hey, here are practical steps that you need to take, and here's where you need to like be specific, asking God to do things, because he breaks it like, I think you write things in different colors. Like if it's red, there's nothing you can do about it. You pray,
right?
Like so,
yeah.
and then it's cool because as you go, you're like, oh God, like God did that,
yeah.
And then on the other side, you kind of have like, you're praying for these things also, but it's like, dude, if it's a practical step, like just do it.
Yeah,
you know,
what's something
like,
I could do?
Yeah. If it's something, like one thing you talked about is like, building your Instagram base, and so like posting every day, like, well, write it on your board. Like I got to post to Instagram every day.
Yeah,
like,
and
that's not something you have to go, Lord, please help me to post to Instagram.
Please help me do this.
You just do it.
No, like practically. Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like I went through last night and actually like last night and this morning and did like personal goals, as far as like, I don't know how you would say, like not brand, but like personal brand, like influence or whatever. Like, all right, here's my goals for that. Here's my goals for lifestyle goals. So like losing weight, actually being more active than I've been in the past like decade, getting back into like actually playing sports and stuff. So like stuff like that, and like my personal like lifestyle goals. And then I've got some like arsenal goals that I've just started jotting down, that then we'll all sit down and say, okay,
yeah,
like what are we doing with this, especially during this time? Like what does the shift look like? How do we really engage that? And so, I've been trying to figure that out. And a lot of it has to do with like, the cool thing for me is I don't think this way most of the time. So I've sat down recently and started to like look at it. And now I'm like thinking like future stuff, like plans. And so
yeah,
like even the Instagram thing, like we talked about that the other day. I was like, man, I really want to start kind of growing Instagram based, putting out stuff, putting out like content of what we talk about. And what are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Why are you laughing? No. What is the laugh? What's the joke?
Nothing. No joke.
What are you laughing about? Did you see a comment that I didn't see?
No, just.
But part of it is because eventually I want to write a book, and so like to write a book, you have to have some like. It's not to just grow an Instagram base, but it's really to have a base that, like, to be able to write a book. It's usually good to have somebody that would actually maybe buy the book. And so working through that whole process. But why were you laughing? Now I'm so self-conscious. What happened?
I'll tell you when we're done.
Daisy said, look for a journal / planner in one. Yeah. Or bullet journal. Pinterest has a lot of ideas for bullet point journals. Those may work. Like, I like to bullet point. So,
or we just got some empty binders in the back over here.
That's true. I've already designed us an Arsenal, because like I just want an Arsenal journal now.
Yeah.
So I've already designed us some Arsenal journals that we're gonna print.
Nice. I like it.
Just to go that. Linda said, I work in medical research and we couldn't do much for 3 months, so everything piled up. Yeah. I have a dear friend who's dying of cancer right now. Oh, Linda, I'm sorry. So many thoughts and questions. Yeah. I think taking some time to write, and then hopefully having somebody that you can talk those things through with. Yeah. Sometimes that's tough. But
writing is the effective thing with like counseling and talking to somebody is like saying things out loud, and writing is
it's part of that.
Yeah, it's part of that.
It's doing that, right? It's saying out loud.
And it's I mean, writing is like taking some time for yourself and being, writing your feelings and thoughts. It's part of just taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, like there's a lot of, I've kind of seen some even backlash against the idea of self-care, but man, like we all take care of ourselves. I mean, we all take care of our bodies, right? Like you put clothes on, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you take care of yourself, you eat food, right? Well, take care of yourself mentally also. Like if you're feeling like you need to write, like take the time to write.
Right.
Like nobody ever goes like, hey, that shower you're taking is selfish. Yeah. I mean, we might go like, dude, you've been in there 30 minutes. Yeah. But nobody's going like, hey, you shouldn't be showering because that's selfish. And like, no, it's the same with journaling or the same with whatever you need to do to make sure that you're in a healthy, good place, so
for sure.
Take the time.
Scott said one tip is to block out time to do it, not be religious about it, but to value the time because it's important. Keep a prompt sheet of headings that you have found helpful so you're not stuck with one routine format checklist. Yeah. Pray before you start. Ask God. The most difficult thing is starting and finding time. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work through. It's for your self-care and well-being.
Right.
If you put some love into your journal, you're putting love into yourself. That's so good, Scott. And that's what I'm trying.
He was typing that as
you're saying. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to kind of work through for me is just, I mean, because we're in a weird time for us as far as church and then just personally, like, I don't know, man. I think I've just come. Maybe it's during this time. Maybe it's like we went on vacation last week. Maybe it's just kind of getting to the realization of like, I feel like I'm just coasting and not being intentional. And so like, I'm not planning my life. So my life's just happening. And not that like, I'm not, me well enough to know I'm not a guy that's going to like plan it out and like, and everything's got to stick to that. But I want to be more intentional about it. And
well, even if you're making a plan just so you can break it, at least you have a, you know what I mean? Like, it helps to have like, we're doing this thing,
right?
Because you're moving forward.
Yeah.
And if you want to break your plan, all good. I mean, like, I think, was it Scott that said it? Not about not being too religious about it. Like, because then you get down on yourself. You're like, oh, I didn't journal and then like now it's worse.
Yeah. It's just because eventually I'll just give up on it. I'm like, that's it, I'm done. But even like one of the goals I put like in my personal like lifestyle goals was like reading. Like I haven't put these goals in my planner yet. These are like, maybe I could do these goals.
Thinking about it.
But one of them is like read 2 books a month. And when I started, like, I grabbed some books off my shelf in my office and was like, all right, these books are around 200 pages. Like, if I break that down, if I want to read a book in half a month, I have to read like 12 pages or 13 pages a night.
It's very doable.
Like, that's not impossible. That's like, hey, I'm going to take 30 minutes, at the end of the night or in the morning, whatever, like I can block off the time and say, I'm going to read this. And we're trying to do that. Like our family we're reading like it's a book by a teenage author or by an author for teens. We're reading it with my 15-year-old right now. He's reading it. And so Madi's reading it. I'm reading it. Jaden's mom's reading it. And so we're all reading it. Well, really, Madi has already read it and finished it. And so
the rest of you.
I think I'm in second. I think I'm right behind her, but not right behind her, but I'm further along than Jaden is. But even that, like I find it hard to do, but it's because I don't have that time blocked off. And so like learning that part, but Brittany put something. What'd she say?
Yeah. Scott said, we're supposed to love others as we love ourselves, right?
Yeah,
Which makes the assumption like you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know how you take care of yourself? Like do that for other people too. Yeah. It makes the assumption, of course we take care of ourselves, right? Yeah. So, do you want to read Brittany's book or do I?
My favorite part of journaling is being able to go back and remember how God has shown up for me in the past. I feel like my only tip is don't guilt yourself for not keeping up with it daily. I go through seasons where I don't write for months. There really doesn't have to be a consistent rhythm to the practice for it to be effective. I think the planner mix would definitely be a cool combo for you. And she said, I love the vision map. I have Rob's copy, so I can give it to you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That is a good book. It's Vision Map by Joel Malm.
Joel. Is it spelled
Joel?
Joel?
He has like what do you call the little dots over the
I don't know.
or whatever, or the E, I don't know. But he's got the dots over
Gotcha.
one of those letters.
Yeah.
Joel, Malm.
Gotcha.
He's
I'll check it out.
He just spoke at a Lakewood marriage conference or something like that. Yeah. He's a cool dude, man. He's got some good stuff.
Well, we're almost done. I think we had one more question, but I don't know if we're gonna get to it. The one
we can save it for next week.
Yeah, we'll save that one for next week. The one thing I do want to ask before we get off of here, what do you guys think of this setup as opposed to if you've been here before, like the office that we're normally in? What do you think about this setup? Is this all right? Do you not like it? Is it a little different?
Do you just hate it?
Just hate it? We're just changing it up a little bit. We're just trying to change it up. But
this is Studio B.
Studio B, yeah. Studio B.
Or it may just become the studio.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, and the other one will be The Office.
We've been shooting out of The Office, and...
Yeah, so
This was my office.
Not anymore. Before that was the nursery. So yeah, there you go. We're creating our own studios, just because that's what you do now for church. You have to create studios. But
any thoughts on the look?
Any thoughts? Anybody? Let us know what you think. Do you care? Does it matter? Could we just be shooting this thing from our cell phone and we'd be just fine? Well, we appreciate it. Everybody that chatted with us today on both YouTube and Facebook. Madi says, looks cool. Yes.
Thanks, Madi.
That's what I'm talking about. You guys should see it. Maybe one day we'll do, Daisy said I plead the fifth. Yes, she doesn't. All right. So Daisy doesn't like this one. We're just trying something a little different, a little different. I like it.
It's pretty cool. I mean, considering we literally set, not even just like the aesthetics, everything, the lighting, the audio, the computer, the TV, like everything in like 10 minutes. So we didn't put a lot of time into it, but Hey,
it'll grow from here.
yeah, I think we'll make some
It's a
tweaks.
starting point.
We'll make some tweaks as we go.
Brittany said, "Are the succulents real?" They are not. They're
Come on.
They're fake. They're my favorite kind of plants. I think this one is actually Judy and Daisy's that she brought.
With her
Judy
end
brought
table.
for us with her end table for us to use during the Together Life series, and then we just never gave it back. I feel like she just donated it to the church. And this one,
Brittany says it looks cool.
this one
good.
kind of looks like a pineapple, which is cool because I like pineapples. But my kids, Jet and Jackson, my two middle kids, on their way back from New Mexico with their grandparents, my in-laws, they stopped at like a Dollar Tree or Dollar General, and they were like, "Dad would like that," and they bought it for me.
Nice.
So
Well, there's a difference between Dollar Tree and Dollar General.
I don't know which one it was.
So
Family Dollar.
because Dollar General has stuff up to like, I don't know, $15 or whatever. They just go by the dollar.
Right.
It's basically a regular shit. But the Dollar Tree, now that at the Dollar Tree means
Well, here,
it costs $1.
This was $6. Maybe it was $1.
Dollar General or something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Although the Dollar Tree has like signs that says like everything's $1, except then they did Dollar Tree Plus, which means
plus
not
more
everything's
money.
$1. Yeah.
Rude. Daisy said it has more of a podcast vibe. Loving the purple.
Thanks. Judy says they are really nice.
Really nice.
They're really nice.
Daisy, I like that. It does have kind of a podcast. That honestly, if we're studio.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to rent out a room to do your podcast, we might have an option for you.
You bet.
With all the professional gear and even a professional sound engineer to mix and master and edit your podcast
You bet.
stuff. But yeah, that's one of the ideas in here is to make it into kind of a podcast studio. So you're right on it, Daisy. Good stuff. We do need to change some things because like right here, you see that top part of the TV? That's the reflection from the big light that's right there.
There's a massive light. It's
And we got to get rid of that.
this big.
I don't like that. So we're working on it. But anyway, we're going to get off here. We
Love you
have
guys.
Chatted a lot. Love you guys. Madi said we should do the Shine podcast since Chad won't let us take over the chat. Come on. I'll put the Shine up here, like little Shine logo, and come to your podcast. It's all set. It's
There it
ready.
is. Yeah.
Just let us know what night you want to rent the studio, and we'll make it work for you. We'll have it all set up. All right. Love you guys. We will talk to you later. Adios.